Adventist Church of Sun City Center. It's a palm tree home companion. Presented by UMC's Worship Arts Ministry and produced by KLEC Productions. The music director, Jeff Jordan at the piano. The Radio Repertory Company of Hollywood, Florida. Eric Appleyard, Amanda Jordan, Tiffany Martinez, and Joanne Podgorski, and our sound effects girl, Sarah Appleyard. First half of tonight's show is brought to you by the Ethnic Food Advertising Council, promoting peace, love, and understanding through culinary diversity. We got some great entertainment for you on our show tonight. Some fabulous playing and singing here in this beautiful space. South Shore's own Miss Joanne Podgorski is back with a great country song. And the lovely Amanda Jordan returns with a Christian favorite. And back by unanimous acclaim, all the way from Sun City Center, imagine that road trip, on this beautiful Friday evening in September, our favorite bluegrass band, the Front Porch Pickers, are here to entertain us tonight. Oh, what did they do on Friday night in SCC? When evening comes, they head for the LEC. Oh, what do the people do for fun in this great venue? They sit and sing and have a fling. That's what we'd like to do with you. A fun evening here in South Shore. Sunday is the first day of fall. Fall in Florida. You have to admit, it's a fairly nuanced concept. A theoretical construct with all the excitement of, say, Arbor Day in the Sahara. For most of Florida, fall's pretty much guaranteed to go unnoticed. Sure, a few wimpy trees lose their leaves, and the humidity drops a little, but that's about it. Fall in Florida is actually kind of the way summer should be down here if we had any say in the matter. If you really want to experience fall, you have to go up north. The days grow shorter, the air is crisp and clear. As the season progresses, you find that you need a sweater when you walk the dog in the morning. And then, one day, you can see your breath. And there's frost on the lawn. Fall. The iconic evidence of fall is the turning of the leaves on maples, oaks, and other deciduous hardwood trees. In seemingly just a few days, the woods go from green to a palette of burgundies, reds, oranges, yellows, and golds. The womenfolk exclaim endlessly about the scintillating beauty of Mother Nature's annual finale. And the men are thinking, rats, I'm going to have to spend the next 3 weekends raking this stuff instead of watching the game.
The falling leaves drift by my window. The autumn leaves, red and gold. Goodbye to summer, the season's changing. Earth's endless cycle, life foretold. Now that summer's past, the nights grow long, and soon we'll hear old winter song. And I'll miss a few prime weeks of football. And autumn leaves start to fall.
Raking leaves. In current time, it's just another chore. But back in the day, It was the embodiment of the Protestant work ethic, which commanded first work, then play. In raking, one learned the honest labor associated with moving gigantic quantities of leaves to the street. If you were lucky, your parents owned large bamboo rakes that would cut a large swath through the carpet of leaves on the lawn. Once a big enough pile was accumulated, a work break could be called so the labor force could jump and play in it. World War II, still so fresh in everyone's memory, often prompted the boys to run and fall as realistically as possible into the leaf pile while pretending to be shot by an unseen enemy. Each boy had his own dramatic technique, copied from movies like Hell is for Heroes, Guadalcanal Diary, or Battle Cry. And each would create his own sound effects, usually a machine gun, so that he could fall and time his fall exactly. Many an afternoon was punctuated with the sound of ringing through the neighborhood as a seemingly endless parade of boys ran pell-mell toward the leaf pile only to crumple dramatically into it, followed by arguments between the contestants as to who had done it most realistically. Such is the power of cinema. Eventually there would be a veritable mountain range of leaves running along the curb, just waiting to be burned. Today's kids have been cheated, I think, because it's no longer legal to burn leaves in most places. But in our youth, this was a coming-of-age experience, the grand prize for an afternoon of hard work. The leaf-burning stages that led to adulthood were simultaneously defined and mystical. Kids never understood when and why it would suddenly be okay to move to the next level. Only grown-ups knew. For the little ones, stage one was, you can watch, but stay back from the fire. Adults understood that burning leaves were a magnet that drew the young of our species inexorably closer and closer. Next came the, you can help your father, but be careful stage. This was both a learning experience and a test. Glorious was the day your dad let you strike a match and light the pile for the first time. You learned critical skills like judging just how much of the leaves you could allow to catch fire without it becoming a runaway conflagration. If the flames spread too quickly, you learned how to damp them down by smothering them with extra leaves, or how to pull a section away from the main pile until it burned down a little. It took a practiced touch to keep the fire going, but not let it get out of control. You passed the test by exercising good judgment, or you failed and had to suffer the dreaded parental condemnation for excessive pyrotechnic enthusiasm. The final stage was tending the fire by yourself. In the hazy dusk of a cool fall afternoon, the warmth of that fire felt good on the front of your body, as a little chill ran up your back from a temperature differential that seemed at least 50 degrees. And by this point in your life, the smell of burning leaves was so deeply infused in your memory that to this day, whenever there is smoke in the air, you immediately think of fall. Oh, for that simpler, gentler time. Today...
Hey, lady, get out of the way!
Oh, I hate it when people are in such a rush that they can't even watch where they're walking. I don't mind getting older, but it's really hard for those of us who have to use a cane or a walker. I wish I could just say what I really want to guys like that. But my mother raised me to be a lady.
Oh yeah, me too. That's why I got this here walker-talkie.
Walker-talkie?
Yeah, it's a small electronic voice module that's really amazing.
Wow, that is small. But what's it do?
Well, basically, with just the push of this here button, it says all the things you wish you could say if you hadn't spent your whole life being so darn polite and self-sacrificing.
No.
You darn tootin'. And you can select from a bunch of voice types. So if you don't want people to know it's you, you pick a big voice that no one would ever think came out of your little body. I use the male biker voice.
I'll bet that gets results.
You betcha. And here's another neat feature. The electronics are so sophisticated that they can throw the voice so it doesn't sound like it's coming from you. It's total freedom, don't you know?
All right. So how do you use it?
Well, first you select the voice type and the one-liners you want. Then you attach the unit to your cane or walker or golf cart or whatever with this here handy quick release clamp. And then you're in business. Now all you have to do is wait for some jerk to come by and blast it.
That is so cool. How about a little demonstration?
You betcha. Here's how I would have handled that bozo a moment ago. I pushed this here button 26 and...
Hey, Mr. Magoo, bump into me again and it's my boot up
Get the
your...
idea?
Oh my. I have got to give me one of these.
I know, right? I don't know how I got along before I got mine. And you can even get the online software to create special one-liners for your unique situations.
Really?
Yeah. And here's one I made because people are always cutting ahead of me in line. I pushed this here button number 7 and
Hey, Larry Line Jumper, get behind me and stay there.
I'm always being interrupted, so I have button 4.
Hey, what part in the middle of my sentence made you think I was finished?
I'm sold. Where can I get one?
Walker-talkie is available at Walgreens and other fine stores serving seniors. Get one today and speak your mind.
When the forces of evil assault this quintessential American lifestyle, that's a case for Daryl Dawkins, Trailer Park Detective. Tonight, join us as Daryl Dawkins, Trailer Park Detective, investigates the case of the wandering hot walker.
The day dawned unbearably hot and humid, with a cloudless sky that offered no shelter from a blazing sun so intense it could blister the chrome on a trailer hitch. All in all, it was the kind of day that made South Shore residents wonder if maybe the snowbirds might have the right idea after all. But as I contemplated a day in the cool comfort of my new office air conditioner, fate came calling. Hello? Yeah, this is Dawkins. You can't find a husband? Have you tried Christian Mingle? Oh, you can't find your husband? Okay, I'll be right over. The call is from a woman whose double wide was one of 4 well-kept trailers that loitered at the end of an inconspicuous dirt driveway off Route 41. It seems that her husband hadn't come home last night, and it was not like him to spend the night elsewhere or not call if he was going to be late. Despite the heat and humidity and the fact that the 4 trailers could not actually be considered a true trailer park, I decided to take the case. I gunned my motorcycle and headed out to investigate. As I pulled into the carport, I noticed a sign next to her trailer door. It read, palmistry and psychic readings. Before I could reflect on its full import, the woman came running out to greet me. She was thin and looked to be about 60. Her normally pleasant expression was clouded by the obvious concern she showed for her missing husband. I introduced myself. Ms. Novak, I'm Daryl Dawkins.
Yes, I know. Oh, Detective Dawkins, what am I going to do? Stefan didn't come home last night.
Well, did he?
No, and it's not like him not to come home or not to call when he's going to be delayed.
I see. Ms. Novak, I couldn't help but notice your sign here. Does Mr. Novak do psychic and palm readings?
No, I do.
You're a psychic and you don't know where your husband is.
That's not as strange as you might think, Detective. For those of us with the gift, it only works when we use it to help someone else. He shuts down if we try to help ourselves or even a close family member such as a spouse.
Ah, so you have no idea?
Idea where my husband may be? No, not a clue. That's why I called you.
Well, what does
My husband do for a living? He's a retired hot walker.
a retired...
Hot walker, that's right.
What do...
Hot walkers do? They work at the racetrack. When a horse works out or runs a race, he gets all lathered up. Hot walkers walk a horse to help it cool down before it's returned to its stall. Over his 40-year career, my husband estimates he has walked over 200,000 miles.
Amazing. So how does a retired...
A retired hot walker spend his days these days? Well, you might imagine he can't just stop a routine you followed for 40 years just cold turkey. So every day he takes a walk. He just gets up and wanders off. Doesn't even have breakfast.
Where does he...
Oh, I'm not sure. All over Hillsborough County, I guess. Each morning he heads down our driveway to where I don't know. But he always returns punctually in time for dinner.
Well, let me...
See what you can do? Oh, thank you, Detective Dawkins.
You're...
Welcome.
Yeah. I was intrigued by this case. I left her yard, determined to find her husband. But she knew that. Since Stefan had started each day by walking down their driveway, I figured that that was the best place to start. I recall seeing a small diner out on 41 near her driveway entrance and decided to use it as a temporary base of operations. I entered the well-worn eatery and took a booth. The place was empty except for a waitress, the chef, and a male patron a few booths away. The waitress paused for a few beats before approaching. She was a cute kid with kind of a cocky attitude.
Hi, welcome to Shea Ruskin. What can I get you?
I'm a first-timer. How's the food?
Are you kidding? We were almost selected to be on diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Does that mean your food is almost good?
Cute.
My name is Dawkins, Daryl Dawkins. I'm here investigating a missing persons case.
No joke. Who's missing?
You know Stefan Novak?
Stefan, sure I know him. He usually comes through here twice a day. Once in the morning for breakfast, and once in the afternoon to chat with Frank,
Who's Frank?
the chef.
Ah. Well, have you seen him today?
No, come to think of it, I haven't. But it was kind of busy this morning. I might have missed him.
Well, his wife says he didn't come home last night.
Oh, wow. I hope he's okay.
I think I'll just have a coffee, and I'll be talking to that fellow in the booth to see what he may know. So if you don't mind, please bring it to me over there.
One coffee coming up.
I approached the lone male patron sitting a few booths away. He was startled when I plopped down across the table from him, but he quickly recovered. Hi, I'm Daryl Dawkins, Trailer Park Detective.
Hi, I'm Jimbo Granger. What brings you to my booth?
I'm investigating a missing persons case, and I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
What is it you do, Mr. Granger?
I own a palm tree plantation.
A palm tree plantation.
Yeah. I grow landscape quality palm trees for housing developers and individual homeowners. Now, you take your foxtail palm.
Yeah, well, I'm here investigating a different kind of palm business.
I'm not surprised. There are over 2,500 varieties of palms in the world, Mr. Dawkins, and almost all of them can grow in Florida, so the demand here is overwhelming. Now, people who move to South Shore from other parts of the country, they want 5 things. Sun, beaches, those little plastic pink flamingos you see on their lawns, golf, and palm trees, and I help meet that need. Now, you take your sable palm, for example.
I'd rather not just now. I need to find out if you know Stefan Novak, and if so, when was the last time you saw him?
I don't actually know him, but I know who he is. He comes in here a lot, mostly for breakfast, or to talk with Frank in the afternoon when things slow down.
Do you know if he's been in today?
Oh, I got here late by, I didn't see him. The palm tree business can be nuts sometimes.
I see. So there's nothing else you can add?
Sorry, that's about it. Your best bet would be to talk to Frank. They're friends. If anyone knows where he is, it'd be Frank.
Thanks, I'll do just that.
Oh, and Detective Dawkins, if you need a deal on a dwarf Washingtonian, just let me know. I'll take good care of you.
Okay, I'll do that. Frank seemed to be the logical focus of this little mystery. Lunchtime would begin soon, and the noon rush would be sure to tie him up for a couple of hours. But to my surprise, he agreed to see me. To maximize my hold on his time, I got right to the point. Frank, I'll get right to the point. Stefan Novak didn't come home last night, and his wife doesn't know where to find him.
She looked in her crystal ball.
Apparently it doesn't work like that. You see, people with the gift can't use it to help themselves.
Yeah, I know. I was just having a little fun with you. It's just that it's maddening to live with someone who finishes your every sentence.
I get that. So is that why Stefan leaves every day for one of his walks?
Yeah, pretty much. Although after 40 years of walking 5 hours a day, you kind of feel like you should be moving most of the time. You know what I mean?
I suppose. Do you know where he is?
Specifically, no. Generally, yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, Stefan stopped by yesterday afternoon, like he usually does. Seemed like something was bugging him. I waited him out, and he finally spilled. He said retirement wasn't what he thought it would be. Said his wife was driving him crazy, finishing his sentences all the time. Said the only way he could cope was to go walking all day. And then, yesterday, it hit him. If he was going to walk all day, he might as well get paid for it. Detective Dawkins, he got so excited he rushed right out of the diner and headed straight for the nearest racetrack. Said if he left right then, he could probably be there by the time the first workout session started in the morning. I guess he was so excited he forgot to tell his wife that he wouldn't be home that night. Or maybe he figured the gift would tell her.
So where is he now?
Probably, I would guess he's probably on his way back. I don't think they would have hired him on the spot. You know, there's paperwork to do, a physical to take, references to check, a lot of stuff you gotta do.
Got it. Thanks, Frank. You've been a big help. By the way, congratulations on almost making diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Oh yeah, thanks. That was a big disappointment though for us. Chose some Greek place down in Sarasota, or it might have been up in Gibtown. No. It was in Brandon. I'm sure it was that Greek place in Brandon.
Frank seemed like a stand-up guy. I decided to take his word for things. If he was telling the truth, my wandering hot walker would be showing up any time now. I hurried back down the driveway to tell his wife.
Detective Dawkins, you're back so soon. I hope you have good news.
Indeed I do. I know where...
My husband is, and why he didn't come home last night?
Yes, it has to do with your finishing people's sentences.
No. I finish people's sentences?
Yes, it's almost as if you know what they're going to say.
Oh my goodness, I had no idea I was doing that.
That's why your husband leaves the house all day. It's driving him crazy.
Oh, poor Stefan. But where is he, Detective?
He'll be walking down your driveway any minute now.
My goodness, Detective. There he is now. How did you know that, Detective Dawkins? Do you have the gift?
As Daryl Dawkins, trailer park detective, it's my job to know.
When the forces of evil assault this quintessential American lifestyle, that's a case for Daryl Dawkins, trailer park detective. Join us next time when Daryl Dawkins, trailer park detective, investigates the case of the pet palmetto bug.
Well, it was a real treat having her on our last show, and she's back again. Let's welcome Miss Joanne Podgorski. Good to see you again.
Thanks, it's great to be back on the Country Home Companion.
Well, we sure love having you. What are you going to sing for us tonight?
A real favorite of mine is a hand-clapping bluegrass number called If That Don't Make You Want to Go.
Great. You're back in the corner. Okay, Miss Joanne Pogorski.
Johnson, Golden City, New Jerusalem, come down. 12 just walls and gates of pearl, to splendor all around. And it tells about a river of life that flows beneath the throne, where we'll drink and live eternally in a mansion all our own. Whoa, if that don't make you wanna go, brother, that don't make you wanna go, sister, that don't make you wanna go to heaven, I don't know what does. They say there is no heartache there, and no more curse of sin, no sickness and no cross to bear, and death can't enter in. No fighting and no battlefield, no wars, no enemies. Well, the lamb and the lion lay side by side in that land of perfect peace. Whoa, if that don't make you wanna go, brother, that don't make you wanna go, sister, that don't make you wanna go to heaven, I don't know what does. No worries and no more to fear, our faith will be made sight. It's the glorious land of endless days, where Jesus is the light. I got a lot of friends and loved ones there, and a Savior I will meet. And I'll lay my crown of jewels down and bow at Jesus' feet. Oh, if that don't make you wanna go, brother, that don't make you wanna go, sister, that don't make you wanna go to heaven, I don't know what does. Thank you to my instrumentalist. Oh, if that don't make you wanna go, brother, that don't make you wanna go, sister, that don't make you wanna go to heaven, I don't know what does. Oh, I don't know what does.
Happy birthday. Well, I got a phone call on Wednesday. This guy I had known only a short time. It was his attorney. The guy had passed and had left me something in his will. I hopped in the car and headed down to the reading. No, the other car. I thought it curious that the reading was taking place at an elementary school. I was even more intrigued when I arrived to find about 100 people sitting at the tables in the cafeteria. The attorney got right to it. It seems my friend knew a lot of folks and was a bit eccentric. Left something to each of them. To my friend Elroy, the will said, who's never had a nickel to rub on a quarter, a nickel and a quarter. To little Billy, who can't wait to get his first air rifle, my slingshot for practicing his aim. To Phil, my porch sitting buddy, my most comfortable pair of slippers. I know you always wanted them, you old coot. To Ralph, my poker pal, my prized peekaboo playing cards and genuine what happens in Las Vegas poker chips. my gambling partner, my prized pair of shaved dice. To Alice, my next-door neighbor, my cat.
Meow.
Spends most of his time there anyway. To my brother-in-law, Al, the keys to my beach house on the Jersey Shore. Too bad Hurricane Sandy got the rest. To Julian, my last box of golf balls. I'm sure they'll last you longer than they would me. To little Freddie, a born naturalist, my pet toad Hopalong. Your mom will let you keep him if you tell her he eats mosquito. To Rachel, my pet pygmy pig Arnold. Mazel tov, honey, you're the only one I trust not to eat him. To Ted, my cell phone. Beep beep.
Hey, big boy, you got a call.
Since your wife confiscated yours for running up the bill, you've used mine more than I have. To Christine, my goldfish Goldie. She's a lot like you, baby. Beautiful and low maintenance. To Sid, my cordless drill. No more excuses why you can't fix the screen door. And so it went for an hour or more. With each bequest, I grew more excited and yet more anxious as to how my friend would remember me. Finally, the attorney read, and to Gideon, my wine glass collection. And a case of Cana Wine Helper. Here's to you, good friend. To Sarah Appleyard. You're listening to A Palm Tree Home Companion, coming to you live from the Life Enrichment Center of the United Methodist Church of Sun City Center, featuring Mr. Jeff Jordan at the piano, our sound effects girl, Sarah Appleyard, and the Radio Repertory Company of Hollywood, Florida. We're excited to introduce a new sponsor this evening, the Ethnic Food Advertising Council. The Ethnic Food Ad Council, promoting peace, love, and understanding through culinary diversity.
Yo, Brandy, what's up? You look totally bummed.
Yeah, like I am. It's depressing. The same old meals day after day. Nothing but like bad news on the TV. And it seems like the whole world hates us. I feel like it's a total bummer, dude.
Whoa, dude. I hear what you're saying. It's like a bummer.
I just wish there was like something we could do about it.
There is something you can do about it.
Like, there is?
Sure. Look, if I could show you a great way to put more diversity in your menu, take a break from the TV news, and improve our image abroad, would you be interested?
OMG, like awesome!
Well, it's simple. Just eat ethnic.
Eat ethnic?
That's right. There are ethnic restaurants everywhere. Everyone knows about Chinese, Japanese, Italian, and Greek, but there are so many more to explore. The next time you feel like you're in a rut or just want an escape, try some Egyptian, Kurdish, or Guyanese food. Or get in touch with your inner Mongol at a Uyghur restaurant. You haven't lived until you've tried their samsa, a lamb pie baked using a special brick oven, or yutatsi, a steamed multi-layer bread that's over the top. They also serve mutton, camel, goose, and various dairy foods. Yum, yum.
Wow, that sounds like so exciting!
And by eating ethnic, you gain rich insights into other cultures, help support those diverse cultures here in the U.S., And when they write home, they'll tell everyone how nice we are. It's win-win-win.
Righteous, dude. We could like use some good PR with foreigners, you know, like Canadians. And we wouldn't be in front of the TV all the time. It's totally righteous, dude.
Exactly.
I think we should start like tonight.
Good decision. This advice has been brought to you by the Ethnic Food Advertising Council, promoting peace, love, and understanding through culinary diversity.
Hey, like, how did that guy get in our living room?
No clue, Brandy. You hungry?
Well, there was such a great response to their last appearance on our show that we had to have them back. The Front Porch Pickers have been playing in the Sun City Center, South Hillsborough area for years, and they've become a local favorite. Barbara LaPierre speaks for the group tonight. Hey?
Hey.
Big response the last time you were here.
Yeah, and fun too.
And fun too. We've been looking forward to this all summer.
Thank you.
And for those who don't know, you play in the Rollins Theater in Sun City Center every Wednesday from 2 to 4 in the afternoon, right?
That's right.
So we hope listeners will join you then.
We do.
Well, what you going to play for us tonight?
Well, we're going to start out with Matthew.
Let's. The Front Porch Pickers playing Matthew.
One, two, three, four. Had an uncle named Matthew, was his father's only boy. Born just south of Colby, Kansas, was his mother's pride and joy. Yes, and joy was just the thing that we was raised on. Love was just the way to live and die. Gold was just the way to Kansas wheat field, and blue was just the Kansas summer sky. All the stories that he told me back when I was just a lad, all the memories that he gave me, all the good times that he had. Growing up a Kansas farm boy, life was mostly having fun, riding on his daddy's shoulders, behind a mule beneath the sun. Yes, and joy was just the thing that he was raised on. Love's just the way to live and die. Gold was just the way to Kansas wheat field, and blue was just Kansas summer sky. Well, I guess there were some hard times, and I'm told some years were lean. Had a storm in 47, a twister came and stripped him clean. Lost the farm and lost his family, lost the wheat and lost his home. But he found the family Bible, his faith was solid as a stone. Yes, and joy was just the thing that we was raised on. Love's just the way to live and die. Gold was just the way to Kansas wheat field, and blue was just the Kansas summer sky. So he came to live in our house, and he came to work the land. He came to ease my daddy's burden, and he came to be my friend. So I wrote this down for Matthew. It's for him this song is sung, riding on his daddy's shoulders, behind a mule beneath the sun. Yes, and joy was just the thing that we was raised on. Love just the way to live and die.
Honey, are we gonna go or what?
Sorry, babe. It'll be just a few more minutes.
You've been in there for an hour already. We're gonna be late.
I know. It takes so long to put on my eye makeup these days. There's got to be a better way.
Sound familiar? If you take your glasses off, you can't see to apply your eye makeup. But trying to do eye makeup with your glasses on is like trying to perform brain surgery through a picket fence. What you used to do so effortlessly at a stoplight in your car's rearview mirror now takes 3 hands, 15 minutes, and a magnifying mirror. But wait, there is a better way. iHandy Eye Makeup, the simple and easy way to do eye makeup. Just remove our pre-printed appliques from their backing papers and place them on your upper and lower eyelids. Then, put your glasses back on to see how it looks. If you need to adjust them, no worries. iHandy Eye Makeup appliques can be picked up and moved repeatedly until they're just the way you want them. And once on, they always look perfect. And here's an extra benefit. Do you have such large bags around your eyes they could replace your entire luggage set? Well, good news. iHandy Eye Makeup appliques lift and cover those bags. You'll look younger and fashionable at the same time. iHandy Eye Makeup appliques use a proven technology. Have you ever noticed the rectangular dark patches that college football players wear under their eyes? Tim Tebow even has a little Bible verse reference written on his. Well, we took that same technology and just changed the colors. That's right, iHandy Eye Makeup appliques are available in all standard eye makeup shades. Have to go from a daytime activity to an evening event? No problem. Keep your evening look in your purse and just duck into the ladies' room before you go out. It's that easy. Within a few seconds of applying iHandy Eye Makeup, you'll forget you have them on. And they'll stay on, even if you get tackled. Yet taking them off before bedtime is quick and effortless. There's no need for special creams or lotions to remove iHandy Eye Makeup. Just peel and sleep. iHandy Eye Makeup saves you time at the beginning of the day and at the end. And best of all, no more complaining husbands. Be sure to pick up a matching package of Lip Handy lipstick appliques too. They eliminate the need to touch up your lipstick all the time. You can take them off when you eat and look perfect again when you put them back on after your meal. Get iHandy Eye Makeup appliques wherever makeup is sold and begin looking totally put together in half the time. iHandy Eye Makeup. It's not just for quarterbacks anymore.
Wow, honey, you look gorgeous.
Thanks. To iHandy Eye Makeup, that is.
We hope you're enjoying the show tonight, broadcast from the Life Enrichment Center of the United Methodist Church of Sun City Center. If you'd like to know more about UMC, please visit our website at www.umcscc.org. That's www.umcscc.org. If you're looking for a church or considering a new church home, we hope you'll check us out. Currently, we have 4 services each Sunday, and our website lists the current times and locations. Beginning on October 13th, we'll go to 5 services on Sunday. Services in English will include our weekly communion service at 9:30 in the main sanctuary, celebrated with choir, traditional hymns, and liturgy. If you want to receive communion weekly, this is for you. At 8:30 a.m. and again at 10 a.m., we will have contemporary worship here in the LEC. If a more relaxed worship experience is your preference, please join us then for a time of uplifting music and meaningful prayer. Our 11 a.m. traditional service will also be held in the main sanctuary. It features your favorite hymns and music for organ, choir, and handbells. We serve communion at this service on the first Sunday of every month, and we welcome your visit. In addition, there is a Spanish service on Sundays at 4 p.m. right here in this great space. We're going to take a 10-minute intermission right now, but be sure to come back for the second half. Miss Amanda Jordan is here to sing one of your Christian favorites. There'll be more from the Front Porch Pickers, all that, plus news from Lake Okie Dokie, Mr. Jeff Jordan, the Sun City Center Singers, and the Radio Repertory Company of Hollywood, Florida. And now here's Manny Escudero to entertain during the break. to our live broadcast of the Palm Tree Home Companion. Special thanks to Manny Escudero for keeping us entertained with those fine piano selections during the show. Second half of our show is brought to you by Martha's Mullets and More. Martha's Mullets and More, you could do worse. Friends and family say, happy birthday, darling, to Melva P. We can't wait to see your designs for a redo of the LEC. Anything but mauve, Melva. Happy birthday to Eleanor, UMC's class act from your secret admirers. Actually, they're not really secret, it's all of us. Zachary says, hi, Pop-Pop. Thanks for coming to my school's open house with me last month. Maybe you could visit again next Wednesday. I have a smelling test. Smart kid. Happy birthday to Barbara from the Bad Girls of Sun City Center. We love your hugging ministry at the 8:15 service. I understand Barbara will be at the door after the show for anyone who needs a fix. Warm birthday greetings to Denny from your fan clubs at UMC and St. Anne's. You have cute hair in a winning way, they say. Oh, Denny, you're so ecumenical. Bob and Joanne say hi to family and friends up north. We don't miss raking leaves or shoveling snow, but we sure miss you. Welcome to the club, guys. Happy birthday to Linda R. Thank you for all you do at UMC, say your friends. By the way, Jim says, let's not stay out too late tonight. He has an early tea time tomorrow. Marcia G. gets happy birthday wishes from the Kitchen Angels. You bring a smile to all you do. Cooking and grilling. Hi to Bo, who is house sitting for the Hendersons. Be sure you put the garbage in the new green bin and recyclables in the blue bin, not the other way around. Hillsborough County doesn't recycle coffee grounds. Hillsborough County, a leader in waste collection technology. Happy birthday to Newt from your friends. We may not be Brandon, but we're so glad to have you here. For that matter, we're not my mama either. A timely happy birthday to Dee. Everyone agrees you truly are a UMC treasure. And a priceless one at that. To Pat H. from your kids, spelled with a Z. Congratulations on becoming a U.S. citizen. Yep, and your jury duty notice will be arriving any day. All the way from Western Illinois University, Tiffany sends birthday greetings to Don. I miss you, Daddy, she says, but love the peace here. At work in the fields of the Lord. Jeff says, I love you and happy birthday to Amanda, Julia, and Isabel, his 3 September birthday girls. And the UMC Sympathy Ministry says your appointment for next Tuesday morning is confirmed. And this note from Pastor Warren, please don't forget the new services times. We don't want the parking ministry freaking out. We are excited to have Amanda Jordan with us again tonight. If you attend the service here at UMC, you're probably familiar with her performance of sacred music, but you might not know she's also an accomplished country and Christian music singer, bass player, and we're fortunate to have her here with us on a Palm Tree Home Companion.
It is great to be back.
What are you going to sing for us on this beautiful evening?
I will be singing Redeemed.
Superb. Ladies and gentlemen, accompanied by Lou Sims on the drums, Miss Amanda Jordan.
Thank you so much. This is one of my favorite songs that we do at our contemporary services, and I just wanted to do it for you guys today. Seems like all I could see was the struggle.
Bound up
Tonight's South Shore story is a simple tale about the everyday lives of two very ordinary amateur fishermen, as our scene opens.
All right, the day I've been awaiting for, gang. Grouper season's open at last. My boat is ready, and it's a beauty must-stale morning.
Come on, Shaky. Let's get loaded and sneak up on them bottom-feeding beauties. We'll get our limit before they know what hit them.
Flaky, you're so darn loud we couldn't sneak up on a trash truck full of fish heads. Turn it down a notch, will you? Before you get me kicked out of this place.
Whoa. Oh, buddy, what happened to your boat?
What are you talking about? It's all ready to go.
That might be true if we're heading for a high seas gang fight. But you've been tagged. There's graffiti all over your floating pride and joy.
Don't you ever watch no TV? That ain't graffiti. I just sprayed all the leaky spots with Stay Dry rubber spray sealant.
You're supposed to be the smart one. How could you waste your money on a high-priced can of spray-on rubber off some infomercial?
Simple, Flaky. Since I am the bright bulb and the flashlight of our friendship. I waited a couple of weeks and picked up 2 cans in the As Seen on TV section at the Walmarts. 70% off.
This gratuitous product placement is brought to you by As Seen on TV brands. The best way to buy things that look really appealing in the infomercial until you find out how much the shipping costs.
Yeah, well, let's get this trailer hooked up and get out of here. But if you ask me, it still looks like a stolen masterpiece from the parking lot of the Salvador Dali Museum.
There, we're all packed. Now, please take it easy on Meemaw's driveway.
Sorry, bud. It's just easier to push the pedal on the right, what with my bad left knee and all.
If you don't slow down, you're going to be pushing up daisies instead.
Good point. Hey, maybe I should text my wife and let her know how safe we're driving.
Not on your life, or mine either for that matter. And speaking of your wife and doing dangerous stuff, how'd y'all manage to get away to go fishing this morning?
Easy. I just rolled over at 5 a.m., blew in her ear, asked her if she'd like to replay our honeymoon, or should I just go fishing? She pulled the covers up and told me not to get too much sun.
Well, that's good advice, Flaky. Your head is starting to look a bit like a spotted harbor seal.
Shaky, do you hear something that sort of sounds like a siren coming up behind us?
Of course I hear it, Flaky. You better pull over so they can pass.
I did pull over, but they didn't pass.
Oh, bad news, bad news. It ain't the emergency squad from Sun City Center. It's more like the sound of your insurance premium going up.
Oh, no. Tell me this ain't happening. I got no insurance. And now they're going to charge me with more.
Well, y'all better roll down your window and see what the nice officer wants.
Okay, boys, what are you trying to pull on this not yet bright and sunny morning?
Nothing, ma'am. We're just heading down to Mickey D's for the old man's cholesterol breakfast club. You know, before all the seats are gone.
Don't give me that old timer. I I can see you're pulling a boat here, even though you have it all painted up camouflage-like. So I might take it for an exhibit from the Salvador Dali Museum parking lot.
Not to be rude, Missy, but you don't look like no highway patrol, nor no sheriff, or even a local policeman or woman. What arm of the law are you with anyway?
I don't think you're rude, but I am wondering why you don't recognize a game warden when you see one.
If you're a game warden, then why does your uniform have a Vesta security patch on it?
I picked it up at the third-hand Rose used but not abused clothing store in Ruskin. It seems that ever since Amazon sort of announced that they were coming to town, folks have been quitting their old jobs and lining up to apply for the 1,000 new ones.
Oh, yeah, I saw them folks camped out down by the empty industrial park. I thought it was just folks lining up for a Jimmy Buffett tribute band concert or something like that.
You gotta love those parrot heads. What a loyal bunch of fans. So when's the concert? You want to go with me, Shaky?
Flaky, there is no concert, you chowderhead. They was just lined up for jobs.
I'd rather go to a concert, because if you get a job, then you can't go fishing.
Gentlemen, please. I'm standing out here and the traffic is whizzing by. Now, the reason I pulled you over is to make sure you, your boat, and your gear meet all the legal requirements.
No problemo, Missy. This ain't our first opening day, you know.
Okay, let's start with flotation devices. You're supposed to have 4.
Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the latest model to boot.
Are you sure? They look like couch cushions painted orange.
Is that what this is all about? A fashion statement? They float, don't they? Now, are you going to check out the rest of our gear or what?
Look, officer, we've got everything else right here in our tackle box.
Okay, now, let's see. Gas sucker outer, check. Hook taker outer, yeah, check. Safety pin looking thingies, yep, they're there. Little fake plastic fish bait thingies. You always have to have those. Yep, I see them. Well, it looks like you've got it all. There's just one last thing before I cut you loose. I'll need to see your saltwater fishing licenses.
Licenses? I'm over 65. I don't need no stinking license.
Yeah, what he said.
Okay, but I will need to see some photo ID then.
Sorry, I don't drive. But I do have my UMC SCC name badge.
Sorry, photo ID only. So what about you?
My license disappeared, along with my insurance. So that pretty much makes me just a total moving violation.
Well, I gotta let you slide on the DMV stuff since my authority stops where the water ends and the road begins. But I still need to see an
I
ID.
just can't believe this government intrusion. Come on now, give us a break. It's the first day of gag grouper season. Do I have to cut off my arm so you can count the rings? I'm over 65, exempt from needing no
Go
stinking
easy on her,
license.
Shaky. At least I'm not going to jail. Again.
Okay, fellas. I'll take you for over 65 and a day. Y'all have a nice day now. You hear?
I will never forget this season opener as long as I live.
Tell you what, how's about if we swing by the seafood dive and get their grouper plate and sit in the boat and eat it?
They don't serve no grouper there, Flaky.
So, we'll get mahi-mahi and pretend, just like other restaurants do.
Sounds good to me, buddy, and it's Tuesday, so we can drop the receipt off at the UMC for the missions fund.
So, we leave the lives of the fishermen until next time.
Who are you, anyways?
it's been a perfect week in Lake Okeechobee, my hometown. Down on the edge of the Everglades, the weather was sunny and in the 80s every day. Perfect for the unveiling of our town's first millionaire. Every small town needs some claim to fame, some event or person that links them to a piece of the past that's capable of impressing folks well into the future. For Lake Okeechobee, it was briefly James W. Wilson, Jimmy to most everyone, who was killed in World War II and who, through a reporting error, was listed as an aide to General Lucian Truscott, a lesser-known but very successful commander under General George S. Patton. Turns out it wasn't true. And so there was a considerable letdown when the telegram arrived from the Army some years later, correcting their mistake. Jimmy had actually been a chaplain's assistant and had had the bad fortune to be standing in the wrong place at the wrong time when a mortar round hit. But all that was now happily in the past. One of our own had managed to amass a net worth of $1 million right here in our little town. That one was Billy Redflower. Billy was a Seminole who lived in the Everglades in the home his grandfather had built on a large hummock that lay just out from the end of dry land, connected by a causeway that had been created out of landfill long before there were laws against doing such things. The home was as far east as you could go and still technically be considered a resident of Lake Okeechobee. And since Billy had gone to Lake Okeechobee's James W. Wilson High School as a teen, that was enough qualification for the town fathers. He was a millionaire, and he was ours. After high school, Billy had followed in his father's footsteps and become a farrier, a shoer of horses. From an early age, he had had a way with horses. Long before anyone ever heard of the horse whisperer, Billy could keep even the wildest cracker horse settled while his father fitted him for new shoes. So it was only natural that Billy would take over the business when his dad retired. It was a comfortable life, but as time went on, Billy could see that the horse population was dwindling in the rural areas of Florida. As people aged, they did not replace those horses that went to that golden pasture in the sky. Instead, they sold their land to housing developers and bought condos. One day, a client told Billy that his rundown old barn had collapsed and killed his rundown old horse, and he decided not to replace either. Although it was not like Billy to speak boldly, he heard himself asking the client, "How about if I haul all that old wood out of here for you?" And before you could say, "Giddy up," there was a large stack of old weathered barn board planks in Billy's yard. His wife asked what he intended to do with all that junk, but Billy only smiled and said, "You'll see." Next, Billy bought a used table saw and began cutting the boards into 1-foot blanks. He laid some of his horseshoe inventory out in the backyard and let them rust and corrode a bit, and then he nailed one horseshoe to each of the wooden blanks. When he has a sizable inventory, he ran a 4-line ad on eBay. Genuine lucky horseshoe, authentically mounted, perfect for someone you love. $95 while supplies last. The barnwood had yielded 780 blanks. In 4 weeks, Billy had sold out and had pending orders for 100 more. He quickly scouted the area and found 2 more old barns that needed tearing down. He approached the owners and offered to haul off the wood for $500. They jumped at it. And before 2 years had gone by, Billy had banked $1.1 million. This would never have come to light if a local reporter hadn't sniffed the story out, interviewed Billy, and published an article in the paper titled, "Our Own Marsh Millionaire." Billy was characteristically modest about his success. He said he still intended to shoe horses, and this was good news to Tammy Faye Suggins. General Beauregard's General Store had been doing well for some time now, and Tammy Faye finally saw an opportunity to fulfill one of her lifelong dreams. She bought a horse. At first, Earl had resisted the idea, but Tammy Faye reminded him of all the money he had spent on his airboat, guns, ammo, bass boat, fishing gear, guns, ammo, motorized hang glider, guns, ammo, and motorcycle. So there wasn't much he could say. She researched her purchase as carefully as she did everything else and found a 3-year-old filly that was beautiful, gentle, and loved to be ridden. Part of Tammy Faye's rationale to Earl for acquiring the horse was the benefit it would bring to her relationship with their 2 daughters. The girls had been cute as little kids, but they were now at that ugly early teen stage where they knew everything and considered their mother horribly square and a perpetual embarrassment in almost all things. Consequently, Tammy Faye was looking to rebalance this equation by introducing a new element that for hundreds of years had always proven irresistible to teen girls: a horse. It worked like a charm. In the first month, the little filly was nearly ridden to exhaustion as Tammy Faye and her daughters alternated riding days. Tammy Faye also found the horse to be a great lever for getting the stall mucked out, homework done, and any other errand run that she didn't want to do herself. Magically, almost overnight, Tammy Faye had become the coolest mom in town. Meanwhile, Earl was deriving his own benefits from the acquisition. While the women in his family doted on Pocahontas, the new name they had given the filly, Earl was free, when he wasn't at General Beauregard's, to play with his toys. His special favorite was to go out with Bob Jackson Jr. and spend some time at the camp they had built in the Everglades. They used Earl's airboat, as Bob Jr.'s airboat business was now booming thanks to Tammy Kay's tours to see Swampman Odom, the local Everglades hermit. The camp had all the amenities, made possible by some newly installed solar panels, satellite TV, a refrigerator, and a meat smoker. Here they could have privacy, a break from work, and good fishing. Earl had given up bird hunting after Tammy Faye filled him in on the Swampman Odom trial. So as they sat fishing on the dock one afternoon, enjoying a cold one, Bob Jr. drawled, "You know, Earl, at times like these, I don't mind the definition some people give to us fishermen." "What definition is that?" Earl asked. "You know, a jerk at one end of a line, waiting for a jerk at the other." And that's the news from Lake Okeechobee, the little town on the edge of the Everglades that time pretty much ignores, where all the women are right, all the men are happy, and all the children play outdoors. Let's get the Front Porch Pickers back for another number. Here they are, singing an old favorite, Blowing in the Wind.
Bob Dylan song, Blowing in the Wind. You're welcome to sing along with the chorus. I appreciate it.
Guessing how many years came out in You can hear people crying. And how many deaths were in Haley, heaven knows. And too many people died. An answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Hi, I'm Highfalutin, and we're rolling out, looking for America's greatest diners, drive-ins, and divas. Up next, we're headed to Hillsborough County, Florida, to get mullet made right. What does the Goya domesticity do when it's time to retire to South Shore? Why, open Martha's Mullets and More, where they're cranking out the local delicacy in high-concept sauces and refined ambiance.
You don't have to eat at a roadside stand. The food tastes better, and the ambiance is exquisite.
It's so South Shore, and yet it has all the panache of New York's Restaurant Row, and the menu was designed by Martha herself.
Just because common folk like common food doesn't mean you can't make it a good thing. That's why I took us in a new direction. I find it so tiresome when everything is fried. Don't you, Hal?
Well, let's just say that frying has its place. What are we making today?
Today I'm making mullet parmesan, served over homemade polenta. First, I'll make a marinade for the mullet.
Made from?
7 secret ingredients known only to me, so don't ask.
Oh, awkward.
While the mullet is marinating, we combine the ingredients for the polenta and get it over medium heat until the consistency is just right. We're then baking the mullet for 11 minutes and 23 seconds at 302 degrees. We top it with a generous amount of shredded Parmesan cheese back in the oven until the cheese melts. Add it to the plated polenta and it's ready to go.
Oh, that is off the hook. That mullet is money.
And it's served in perfect, casual yet tasteful elegance.
No doubt. It's a don't miss experience. If you want the recipes from today's show, no can do. Martha swore me to secrecy. So, you'll have to visit a Martha's Mullets and More in the parks. Citrus Park, Drew Park, Orient Park, West Park, and Waimama. Martha's Mullets and More. You could do worse. Well, that's it for this edition, but I'll be looking for you next time on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Divas. New from Lazy Days Productions, it's Flash Mobs for seniors. Just because you're a senior doesn't mean you can't enjoy the latest craze sweeping the planet. Flash Mobs, a seemingly impromptu gathering of a large group of people for the purpose of singing or dancing in a public place where and when it's least expected, but which in actuality has been carefully planned and rehearsed in advance. Think about it. Flash mobbing is perfect for older folks. You've got the time, the talent, and the access to pull it off. And who'd suspect you? This beautifully crafted DVD has everything you need to stage some amazing performances. You'll learn song selection, how to choose a venue, secret places to practice, and creative loitering techniques, just to name a few. You even get pre-recorded music to practice to or lip sync to. Imagine mobbing your local library with
Hail poetry, thou heaven born maid, thou gildest in the
And sing? No worries. Some flash mobs just perform by walking at half speed through the mall. Heck, you do that now! If walking is difficult, simply download some music to your walkie-talkie and do some cane choreography.
Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing with clouds so dark up above. And the sun's in my heart and red. Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with the rain, I've a smile on my face. I walk down the lane with a happy refrain. We're singing in the
Want to share the good news of Jesus Christ? Try this at the mall!
Happy day, oh happy day, happy day, oh happy day. When Jesus walked, when Jesus walked, when Jesus walked, when Jesus walked, when my Jesus walked, when Jesus walked, what sins away. La 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 la. He taught me how to walk, fight and pray, fight and pray, and he taught me how to live and live rejoicing every day. Every day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus walked. 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 What sins away. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day.
Lazy Days Productions has thought of everything in this new DVD. You get all the know-how and a musical library of the most popular flash mob performances, including the #1 flash mob hit of all time.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. For the Lord God omnipotent reigneth. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. For the Lord God omnipotent reigneth. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. King of kings, and ever, and Lord of lords, and he shall reign forever, forever and
away and start flashing all over your neighborhood. And be sure to act now because supplies are limited. Not available to anyone under 55. Flash Mob for Seniors is wholly owned property of Lace Age Productions. All rights reserved. Please remember, this is Flash Mob for Seniors, not senior involved splashing.
What a great show tonight. Thanks for tuning in. We've had a blast here. Hope you have too. Thanks so much to the Front Porch Pickers. Thanks to the fabulous Joanne Putkersky. Thanks to our resident songbird, Amanda Jordan. Thanks to Lou Sims on the drums. Mr. Jeff Jordan, our music director at the piano. Our sound effects girl, Sarah Appleyard. Our radio actors, the Radio Repertory Company of Hollywood, Florida. Eric Appleyard, Amanda Jordan, Tiffany Martinez, and Joanne Putkersky. Special thanks to Manny Escudero and his amazing piano repertoire. Paul Crosby, our engineer, back in the booth. Special thanks to the hospitality team for those delicious desserts. The show was written by Sandy Beach, Sunny Day, and Don Keith. Tonight's show brought to you by the Worship Arts Ministry of the United Methodist Church of Sun City Center and produced by KLEC Productions. It's been a great evening. Let's get everybody back to take us out with I'll Fly Away.
When life is over, I'll fly away to a ungodly shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, fly, fly. I'll fly away when the shadows of this life. Like a bird from prison bars. Like a bird from prison bars. I'll fly away. Bring on highway. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, fly, fly. I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days. Just a few more weary days. Joey shall never.
Folks, if you'd like to see a Palm Home Companion staged more than 2 shows per year, please tell a staff member sometime in the near future. We're happy to tell you that we will be back with a brand new show on Friday, February 7th. Because of the response to this show and the fact that the Snowbirds will be back by then, we're thinking that we may have to schedule 2 performances next time. We look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, if you enjoyed the show tonight, tell a friend. If you didn't, tell an enemy.